about a busy day today. Well, that's our day so far. Got to the Go Farm, did our motos, doing some testing now, and we're off to the Wall of Champions dinner tonight. Pretty special, get to see all the Yamaha personnel and everything. They celebrate our championship for the year, so looking forward to it. This ain't a bad way to roll.
The 2026 season represents a deliberate pivot for Monsterenergy Yamaha Star Racing, a respectful handoff from a proven icon to a program built around its next headline act while preserving the team's traditional depth and development pipeline. Eli Tomac's exit to Redbull KTM closes a wildly successful chapter. Think 2022's SX/MX title double and countless wins, but it also clarifies Star's identity going forward. The blue trucks will now be defined by a two-front plan. A lean, title-caliber 450 operation anchored by Cooper Webb and Justin Cooper for Supercross, and a high-ceiling 250 program that keeps feeding the Premier class, headlined by Hayden Deegan's split-season strategy. In the Premier class, the brief is simple and ruthless: win now and win often. Webb enters year 2 of his multi-year deal wearing the number 1 plate in Supercross, and there is zero ambiguity about the target. He will be hunted weekly by Jet and Hunter Lawrence, Eli Tomac, Chase Sexton, and Ken Roxen. An era so talent-dense that defending a crown for a third time borders on statistically improbable. Webb's great advantage at Star is structural as much as personal. The team's ability to tailor the YZ450 FS power delivery and chassis feel to his late moto intensity and block pass geometry, then reproduce it every Saturday with minimal drift. That repeatability is the difference between a nice season and a number 1 season. Alongside him, Justin Cooper returns for a true sophomore run on the 450. Everyone knows the raw speed, the time attack laps, the calm throttle hand in slippery qualifying, but 2026 needs to be the year those traits translate into repeatable main event podiums and opportunistic wins. Cooper's job description is not merely fast. It is fast when it counts 3 mains in a row, because that is how you alter the math of a championship. Star's internal bet is that a full winter of whoops amplitude, corner exit traction work, and race start refinement closes the last 5%. The addendum is already in ink. When the calendar flips to pro motocross, the tent expands and Hayden Deegan joins the big bike effort. Deegan's pathway is crystal. Defend a 250 Supercross crown on the YZ250F, then jump to the YZ450F for Pro Motocross and the SMX postseason. The logic is cold and convincing. He can bank another stadium title while building real 450 race volume when the series goes outdoors, precisely the playbook that turns prospect into problem for the Premier class in 2027. His WSX cameos in Argentina and Australia prove both the ceiling and the learning curve, bursts of top-tier pace, a few rookie penalties and miscues, and the kind of late moto aggression that makes veterans glance at the pit board. The takeaway inside the truck was not hype, it was homework. Clutch spec, launch control mapping, and late moto front-end support on a 450 are their own language, and Deegan is now conversational. If the 450 plan feels streamlined, the 250 roster is Star doing what Star does: stack proven winners beside breakout youth, then let the daily pace decide gate picks. Deegan's stadium campaign gives the program an immediate title favorite on either coast, but the most intriguing layers live underneath. Max Anstey arrives with a veteran's toolbox and recent momentum, fresh off a dominant World Supercross SX2 run for GSM Yamaha with Star backing. He is exactly the kind of season control rod that keeps a test day focused and a chaotic main event pointed forward. Pierce Brown is the counterweight. The raw speed was never in question, but 2025's vertebra injury, while leading a main event, turned the year into a rehab diary. He used a late summer return to build base, not headlines, and 2026 is the payoff year. New colors, full health, and a bike that rewards his corner entry bravery with predictable edge grip. Nate Thrasher remains the quiet threat, whose graphs always spike when the rhythm lane gets technical. A broken finger in Detroit torpedoed an early 2025 title bid, but his outdoor body of work, steady top tens with flashes at Budds Creek and Fox Raceway, suggests the base speed never left. With a clean run, Thrasher is a weekly podium factor and on the right Saturday, a win threat. Michael Mosiman's arc is similar in outline, but different in tone. Top 5 speed, a mid-season ankle snag at Washougal, and a campaign that fell a click short of the breakthrough. The upside is practical. He was a superb wingman in traffic for teammates, and the opportunity is obvious. Sprint the first 4 laps like a heat race and make the main come to you. rather than chasing it from 6th. Then comes Cole Davies, the rookie who forced the timetable. Originally earmarked for futures, he skipped the queue and made the West Series a conversation, winning Seattle wire-to-wire and very nearly doubling in Denver before that infamous intra-team clash with Deegan. His late-season injuries muted the outdoor sample, but even there the speed peeked through, including that penalty-assisted moto win at the finale. Davies' value to star is more than results, is pressure on the test riders every Tuesday. When a 19-year-old can match your sector splits, setup consensus arrives faster. If you strip away the paint and the press releases, the heartbeat of this preview is the equipment loop that makes all of the above possible. The YZ250FS latest updates keep the throttle-to-traction conversation productive on dry hardpack and choppy exits, which is where titles are usually decided. The YZ450F remains one of the most cooperative platforms for translating riding style into lap time. Stiff enough to carry entry speed and skim whoops without panic, compliant enough to hold lean without punishing the rear when the track goes marbles on concrete. Star's engine shop will again bias usable torque over dyno theatrics because their data says the start is won by the first 40 feet and the race is defended by the last 4 laps. From a macro lens, losing Tomac and signing Anstey and Brown might look like unrelated moves, but inside the tent it is exactly one plan. Chase the 450 title with Webb's relentlessness and Cooper's ascending curve. Then feed that program with a 250 pipeline that never goes dry. Deegan's split season bridges the two worlds without overexposing him. He can win a stadium title now. Then collect the 450 race volume he'll need when the number plates turn red. The presence of multiple veterans in the 250 truck serves a second purpose, too. It keeps the rookie pace honest on Tuesdays and stabilizes the culture on Saturdays. There are, of course, pressure points to watch. Webb's margin for error is razor thin against an historically loaded Premier Class field. Justin Cooper must turn time trial speed into main event stubbornness in traffic. Deegan will have to resist the gravitational pull of prove it now and treat his 450 summer like compound interest. Brown needs a clean first quarter to build momentum. Thrasher needs 20 finishes in a row. Mosiman needs one whole shot to unlock a month. And Davies needs to be exactly who he was in Seattle. Decisive, light on inputs, allergic to drama. But that is the point of Stars 2026. The roster is built so that 4 different riders can win you a Saturday, and 2 different programs can win you a season. The Tomac era ends with gratitude. The Deegan era accelerates with intention. The Webb-Cooper axis gives you a weekly podium floor. The 250 bench makes sure the future keeps arriving early. It is not a rebuild. It is a relay. And the baton is already moving.